Speaking of fair and balanced, let's take an objective, even-handed look at some comments that were made on Friday by Aaron Rodgers, his first discussion with reporters since the Packers moved up in round one to select Jordan Love in the 2020 draft. Now, this was Wisconsin media, not national media, and all that implies when it comes to what kind of fastballs or softballs or curveballs may be thrown at Aaron Rodgers, all due respect. Let's play some of what Rodgers had to say, Chris, and then we can react to it. Here is Rodgers fairly early in the conference call regarding his reaction to the team's decision to make Jordan Love its first-round pick.
General reaction at first was surprise. I think, like many people, obviously not going to say that I was, thrilled by the pick necessarily, but I understand the organization is thinking not only about the present but about the future, and I respect that. I understand their focus and their mindset, and obviously they thought that he was such a great talent that they needed to go up and get him. So, I was, like I said, generally surprised, but it's what those guys are paid to do, to put together a roster for now and for the future as well.
A balance of candor and diplomacy there from Aaron Rodgers. I mean, he never comes out and says, hey, they could have used that pick, and it wasn't just the first-round pick, it was the fourth-round pick they used to jump up 4 spots. They could have used those selections on making the team better now, helping us win a Super Bowl now. He didn't say that, but does he really need to say that? Anybody who gets it knows that that's the trade-off. But, yeah, he said he wasn't thrilled by it. But he respects that that's what those guys have to do. There was nothing in there that was inflammatory, and there was nothing in there that was surprising. He said pretty much what I would have guessed he was going to say if I had to script it ahead of time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you as well. The one thing I like about Aaron Rodgers is he always confronts the situation and takes it head on. And he's usually very honest. I mean, whether it's a popular thing he says or an unpopular thing, he's not afraid to say it. And that's one thing I really respect about him. And yeah, of course he wasn't happy. He let everybody know with those comments. But I also think that, he's got a good view of the big picture of what the Green Bay Packers are trying to do as an organization. Now, listen, do I think that the Packers are thinking a little too far into the future right now with Jordan Love and all that, and the fact that quarterbacks play so, deep into their 30s and early 40s? Yes, I do. That's why I don't agree with the pick. But I think Rodgers, is going to play this the right way. He realizes where he is at this point of his career. I also think he realizes, hey, I want to keep the organization happy and, everything going on the up and up because we got a good football team, and he'd like to win another Super Bowl for Green Bay and for himself and his legacy and everything that way too. So he doesn't want to ruin that right now when he deems like, hey, I got a team that's in the Super Bowl window. Let me not crap on my organization and make things dysfunctional to where I can't get back to the Super Bowl. He realizes the big picture. This is an extremely intelligent guy, and I thought he really handled himself well in this interview.
He also addressed his relationship with Jordan Love, a guy he's spoken to multiple times. Here's some Aaron Rodgers regarding his new colleague.
I learned a lot over those years working with Brett, things that I can bring to the relationship with Jordan, and just understanding the mindset. I went through it as a young 21, 22, 23-year-old playing with my idol as a teammate, and I'll definitely take those lessons with me. And like I said before, I've always had great relationships with my backups and always loved helping those guys out. And in any way, the more questions they have, the more answers I have. And I've really, truly embraced those relationships. And it'll be the same with Jordan. He didn't get asked to be drafted by the Packers. There's nothing, he's not to blame at all. He's just coming in excited about his opportunity. We had a great conversation the day after the draft, and I'm excited to work with him.
He also said there's a shared background between Love and Aaron Rodgers. And I like the fact that Aaron Rodgers is looking for similarities, not dissimilarities. And the shared background is came out of school, lightly recruited, had to go prove themselves. And, maybe this is Aaron Rodgers' opportunity to look at the situation and say, and this is something that we didn't play for you, but Rodgers did say, Jordan Love didn't ask to be drafted by the Packers. He's not to blame here, right? And I hope that this is a sign that Aaron Rodgers is going to break the chain right? That he's not going to treat Jordan Love the way that Brett Favre treated Aaron Rodgers. And, the whole concept of hazing, the whole concept of treating the new guy like crap. Well, why do you do that? Well, because I got treated like crap when I was the new guy. It all flows downhill. Wouldn't it be great if Aaron Rodgers rises above that and doesn't treat Jordan Love the way he got treated by Brett Favre? Because he was treated mercilessly by Brett Favre.
Right.
Favre didn't want him there. Favre was jealous of him. Favre resented him. Favre treated him like crap, and it took 15 years for them to find a friendship out of all that. But maybe this is a sign that Aaron Rodgers isn't going to do to Jordan Love what Brett Favre did to Aaron Rodgers.
I think so. Again, I think Rodgers, he understands the big picture of football, his legacy, and what has happened to him in his personal life. And I think Rodgers, you and I we both know that. Yeah, I don't think Brett Favre was like overwhelmingly nice to Aaron Rodgers early on in his career. I think if Brett Favre was like, hey, screw you, young kid. I still got some good football here, and I don't give a damn what you do, and I'm not sitting here to try to teach you or make you any better. I'm sure that bothered Aaron Rodgers to where he won't be the same guy. And, to the fact of Aaron Rodgers talked about it, I think it hurt his soul a little bit that Brett Favre taught him like that. I mean, hey, nobody has played more like Brett Favre than Aaron Rodgers since Brett Favre's left the game. I mean, you just heard Aaron Rodgers say that was his idol, Brett Favre. I think Jordan Love, one of his idols, is Aaron Rodgers. Hey, one of the things I saw from Jordan Love, and one of the first things I wrote down was, man, has a lot of Rodgers mannerisms and throwing styles and things like that. I'm sure that's what Green Bay saw and liked about it. So Rodgers, I think, is going to have a soft spot in his heart for how he was treated with his idol, and he's going to want to be a better idol for this new young kid. And the big point is what he said. Don't blame Jordan Love. This is not his fault. Jordan Love just worked hard and had a good career at Utah State and impressed people, in the post-college career workouts and bowl games and things like that. So you can't blame him. He didn't call Green Bay and say, hey, please draft me. I want to stir the pot in Green Bay and annoy Aaron Rodgers. No, not at all. And I think Rodgers will take the right approach with Love.
Jordan Love has also addressed the situation separately. We don't have the sound of that, but here's what he said as to his selection in round one and justifying the faith in him. No matter where I would have landed, that was the goal for me. You got to go out there, prove yourself, and make a name for yourself. It's a job. You got to be able to keep that. For me, just trying to learn the offense and prove myself. And look, he is in a tough spot. These guys are wired to never say anything that would suggest they're not happy with how things played out. But surely Jordan Love would have preferred being taken by a team that didn't have one of the all-time great quarterbacks looming on the roster in front of him and have an opportunity to get to the starting job without a bunch of controversy, without a huge set of expectations when he becomes the starter, if he ever becomes the starter. And when that happens remains to be seen, because Aaron Rodgers has made it clear that he is determined to continue to be the Packers starter beyond his current contract. He has said time and again, he wants to play into his 40s. He wants to finish his career with the Packers. That is clear. There's no misunderstanding about that, Chris. And that's an important point, because here comes what I think was the key question and answer from this conference call on Friday on Rodgers' future with the Packers. We got the question and the answer. We're going to play it for you, and then we'll react on the other side.
I know we've all heard you say you wanted to finish your career as a Packer even beyond your current contract. Do you think this pick affects that in any way, and is that still your plan to do that?
Well, I think what it does is just reinforce kind of the adage that you can only control what you can control, and it's always been, a mantra for myself. And I think any great athlete, there's things that are just out of our control. That obviously is something that's very important to me, but it is definitely telling at this point that is truly something that's out of my control. What I can't control is how I play, and making that decision at some point a very hard one. If I were to retire on the organization's timetable, then it's an easy decision. But if there comes a time where I still feel like I can play at a high level and my body feels great, then there's other guys have gone on and played elsewhere.
That's the kicker. That's the key. And, Chris, I wrote an item on Friday during the conference call. Once I heard that, once I took down the key language, I posted it, I tweeted it, and Packers fans lost their minds. You're mischaracterizing what he said. He never said that. He never said it was clear that he's going to play somewhere else if the Packers decide to move on before he's ready to retire from football. Well, yes, he did. You just heard it. It's as clear as it can be. If there comes a time where I feel like I can play at a high level and my body feels great, there are other guys that have gone on and played elsewhere, and that is right in the smack dab middle of the context of what happens if the Packers want to move on before he is ready to move on from the game. And it's obvious. We already knew that. But he said it. There's a starkness that comes into it. There's a quality that makes it real, that makes it raw.
Right.
And Packers fans, Chris, they want to plug their fingers in their ears and say, la, 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 not listening. They don't want to face reality. They don't want to worry about this thing that's just kind of hovering over the franchise now. Sorry, folks, it's there. We're not doing our jobs if we don't point it out. Feel free to ignore it, but it's there.
Well, don't get mad at Mike Florio is what I want to tell all those people. And, again, it's just another Aaron Rodgers. He's a very real guy. There's no BS in him, and he understands the situation and he sees it as a whole. So, don't get frustrated with context with Mike Florio or anything else there. I mean, again, Green Bay fans, if you're mad, just be mad at your own team right now. They started this mess, and that's the issue here. But I don't think it's going to be an issue for this team in 2020. And I'm not so sure if it will be for 2021 either, just because I think Rodgers is still so talented. He's still one of the 5 best quarterbacks in the game. He's still got arguably the second best arm in the game, other than Patrick Mahomes. There's some other ones that maybe close the gap a little bit, but Rodgers isn't going to be like during practice, like, oh my gosh, this Jordan Love guy is so talented. I'm so threatened. I don't know what to do. No, Aaron Rodgers is going to be like, zoo, how about that laser? Jordan, can you do that? No. Oh, zoo, hey, you keep practicing. One day you'll be able to do it. Here's another laser. Zoo. So he's not going to be threatened by it at all. And I think he will be a good mentor. And hopefully Jordan Love will take it all, too. Take it all in, man. I mean, gosh, I know I was so happy to be playing under a Super Bowl winning quarterback like Brad Johnson, let alone what it would be like to play for Aaron Rodgers and the things he sees and the tricks he can give you. I mean, this is a guy that's Zen master quarterback, one of the greatest of all time. So just digest it all and try to soak up as much as you can from that guy.
What was that sound again?
Zoom! Laser beams, freaking laser beams.
All right. And look, you hit the nail on the head, Chris. The Packers made this mess by drafting Jordan Love. If you don't draft a quarterback in round 1, if you don't trade up 4 spots to draft this guy, it's not an issue. It's only an issue because they have added Aaron Rodgers' successor at a time when he's made it clear he's sticking around for the next 4 seasons and he wants to stay beyond that. Well, now we got a timeline problem because Jordan Love has a 4-year contract with a 5th-year option. Aaron Rodgers wants to play into his 40s with the Packers. Well, that takes him to 5, 6, or 7 seasons out. This Jordan Love pick may end up being a waste. So it's hard to reconcile it. And I'm sorry, Packers fans, but your team is the organization that said, let's go ahead and introduce this uncertainty into the latter stages of Aaron Rodgers' career with the Packers. And I still think that at some level, they've looked at this and said, all right, we have a guy we can develop who could take over for Aaron Rodgers if he dips. We have a guy who can learn from Aaron Rodgers if Aaron Rodgers decides to treat him better than Brett Favre treated Aaron Rodgers. And most importantly, to the extent that it pisses Aaron off and makes him better than he's been in recent years, even better than what we've seen, and has him go out with a flourish, we win. We'll take it. However it plays out, it works out well for us.
No doubt. You're right. And, I think there's a good chance we're going to see Aaron Rodgers buckle down and play some really awesome football. If you made me look into my crystal ball right here, I would go, oh, this looks like New England and the Jimmy Garoppolo situation all over again, except New England didn't use a first-round pick and use a fourth-round pick to trade up in the first round. Here's a case where Green Bay, a few years from now, Aaron Rodgers still might be the quarterback, and they're trading Jordan Love away, and, it's for a second or third-round pick. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to be the one going, damn, you guys wasted a first and a fourth round pick to get a second or third round pick. Great job. I don't know about that. And that's to me where it's extremely dicey with one of the most talented guys we've ever seen, a guy that's playing at a very high level. And of course, we know is not afraid to kind of say, shove it where the sun don't shine if he does prove everybody wrong.
And let's look at the context before we take a break of what happened once Jimmy Garoppolo arrived in New England. 2014, 10 years since the team's last Super Bowl win. It's 10 years since the Packers' last Super Bowl win. And 41-14 Monday night loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. A reporter dares to ask the question of whether or not there's consideration being given to benching Tom Brady for Jimmy Garoppolo. And, just a dismissive attitude from Bill Belichick. Well, there was a guy in the back that didn't take a dismissive attitude. He got upset. And what happened? Super Bowl win 2014. Almost back in the Super Bowl 2015. Super Bowl win 2016 in that game for the ages against the Falcons. Almost another Super Bowl win in 2017. Super Bowl win in 2018. I mean, that Garoppolo thing lit the fuse on this late career bomb that was Tom Brady elevating himself to the best quarterback of all time. So, look, I'm not saying the Packers are going to win 3 of the next 5 Super Bowls, but I can understand the logic there. And now maybe they've gone a little overboard by making it a first-round pick, Chris, but again, good problem to have if Jordan Love ends up getting traded to the 49ers or someone else before he's ever really played any meaningful football for the Packers, because if that gets Aaron Rodgers to an even higher level than he's otherwise going to occupy, the Packers have made one of the best moves that they ever have in their franchise history.
Yeah, I mean, watch out. I mean, you're right. I mean, it's a special football player. Yeah, it just – hey, again, it's really going to be unbelievable to watch as we go into the season here. I don't understand it still, but I do think Aaron Rodgers is going to handle it like a professional, and I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be out to prove a lot of people wrong this year and be on his A game more than ever.
And Packers fans like to hear that. They don't like to hear about the possibility of Aaron Rodgers playing somewhere else, which is very real. They do like to hear about the possibility of Aaron Rodgers finding another gear, another level of performance, and getting back to the Super Bowl and winning it, which is entirely possible as well.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.